Hello, and welcome back to the channel. This is HADOKEN and Monster Trading. I hope you guys are doing well all across the world, keeping safe. Right. First off, let me apologize. I've tried streaming 3 times today, but apparently because of poor connection, it just keeps disconnecting. So I'm gonna record a video and give you updates on what my projections are. Okay. On the top altcoins that I do believe in the next bull cycle are going to pull anything between 5 and 20x. Okay, so let's go first with Orion Chain. Okay, why Orion Chain? Because it is a top coin that I have personally picked in the last couple of streams and screen shares in the Telegram group. Okay, so it blasted off today a whopping in one day 164%. Okay, let's call it 150% for my entry. Okay, 150% in one day. Okay, now you all know me. I pick my projects based on the tokenomics, the tech, and the market caps. Okay, so that this one met all the criterias. Okay, now what's coming next for Orion Chain? I'm going to talk about my long term, but that's probably going to be in the next video. Okay, the next video on Orion Chain will be a price prediction. Okay, but for the shorter term, what I'm seeing right off the bat is a classic drop, retrace, and most likely we're going to have a reaccumulation. Okay, if you zoom out a little bit, this is what I'm expecting, this phase. Okay, right here. I'm going to leave it in a purple box. Anything between $3 and $4.20. That's my range. Okay, now if you have not taken the trade with me, now this is not a good area to buy. Okay, this is not a good area to buy. Why? Because it increases the risk. Okay, it might go up another 10%, 20%, but your stop is still anything above 25%. So the risk to reward ratio, it does not work. It does not work. Okay, now it might go up to maybe about $10.70, $11. That's the major resistance zone to liquidate all these people and then come back down. Okay, that's what I'm expecting on Orion Chain. Now stay tuned for price prediction videos that will be coming, and it's a doozy. Orion Chain is a doozy. You will be surprised what the targets are on this thing. Okay, meter G. This is what I got on meter G. This trade is up, well, it was up today 20%. Now this, my notes, I've spoken about this thing before. It's a holder coin. It's not a trader coin. Okay, if it drops more, I buy more. Plain and simple. Okay, I did not get my entry at $3. I got my entry at $2.20 when I first started speaking about it, between $1.90 and $2.20. Okay, my position is 75% complete on this one. Just waiting to see how the range plays out before I complete my full position in it. Okay, targets are huge on this thing. End of year, I'm expecting $8 to $10. Okay, that's anything between 150 and 200%. Okay, but meter G is a great project. Now, long term, I have major targets. Again, stay tuned for price prediction videos. Those will come later on. Okay, in the future. But midterm, short term to midterm, expecting $8 to $10. More like midterm. Just put it that way, since the end of year. Let's just put it that way. Long term targets for 2024, 2025 in the price prediction video. Floki also gave us 200 something percent. The Morpheus network, this thing is also up today, another 10-20%. It's still following my projection, and again, it's a holder coin. Okay, not selling this thing up until 2024, 2025. All right, so if it drops more, I'll buy more, plain and simple. But what I am expecting off of this thing is, let me just remove the fractal and keep a slightly cleaner chart. Okay, slightly cleaner chart. In the purple box, I got a range, and this is what I believe is going to do. Come back down to maybe 130s again. Okay, 130s, 160s, in between that range, and we'll see how it holds. Again, 75% of the position is complete, not the full 100%, but if it drops, I will consider completing my position. Okay, but I need to see how the range plays out. Alright, targets on this thing are huge as well long term, so stay tuned for price prediction videos. But I'm, at least in the midterm, I'm targeting all-time high, 461. Okay, it's a great project, so 10 to a 20x hold, easy peasy on this one. Right, F0, I've already made a price prediction video on this. Now this is what I spoke about on Orion chain. Okay, classic ABC drop, that's what Orion chain is doing now, and I believe retrace to the upside to the Fibonacci levels, and then it will go down into reaccumulation. Okay, that's what I believe it's going to do, and then we buy it back, Orion chain, in the similar pricing structure. Now as for F0, very likely it comes back down to maybe 120s again, and then build range, consolidation range, and then move upwards. Now this is a great project. Okay, I believe in it strongly. I do think it has huge potential, and well, my notes are already there. Okay, long-term targets, easy can go to $20. Okay, by the end of year maybe $6-8, but it's a beautiful, beautiful projection. Okay, it's a beautiful, beautiful projection. It's got a nice range to it as well. It's just in this purple box right here, it's a beautiful accumulation range. Okay, it doesn't matter if it comes back down. If it comes back down to 60, I'm basically doubling my position. Okay, that's how I'm trading the risk reward on this. Okay, API 3 is another one of those. This is a long-term project, long-term project. Now it might go up a little bit. This is it's, in my opinion, it's still in a crash phase. Okay, it's still in a crash phase, so it has to, right now it's doing a retrace. We need to see how it confirms for long-term projection and how the accumulation phase goes on. Okay, so right now it's in the process of doing a retrace to the upside, most likely to the Fibonacci levels, maybe come back down to about 120s, 130s again, and we'll hold it. But this thing is a 5 to 10x potential. Okay, VRA is still doing great. Now this has done a retrace as well to the upside. Okay, crash, retrace, maybe it goes into reaccumulation again, but longer term targets, you can easily take this to the bank and at least get a 6x. Okay, getting it on a retrace at 4.2, 4.5, you got a 6x position. Okay, now let me find one of the other ones that I am really, really bullish on. Okay, and that's RVEV. RVEV has had a crash. Now it's doing a retrace. Most likely this retrace will be complete at $17. Okay, now I posted RVEV around about $9. That's where I was buying. Alright, I'm going to look into the 4-hour time frame. Now I believe RV and most of these altcoins, what they're going to do is build a nice little range, nice little trading range, so on. Okay, it has had a drop. Most people will be selling. Now I personally believe that if it breaks back into the mid-range here at 11.22, most likely it's heading towards $12 again. Okay, but RV, let's jump into the weekly time frame. This, I'm getting you guys ready to understand the projects for the next bull run. Okay, I'm not interested in giving you 20-30% trades when I have a bank in long term. Okay, sitting pretty to give you interest on your investments. All right. My long-term targets on this thing are $120 to $190. Okay, midterm I'm targeting 17 to 23. Okay, 17 to $23. Now, what percentage would that be? Now, personally, I would believe a great entry would be anything between 950 and 1050. $77, 77%, sorry, to 160%. That's in the midterm profit range. RV is a great project. Its storage is going to be dealing with NFTs and many other reasons that we'll talk about in the price prediction video in a couple of days. Okay, now I am in this trade. I have a hold position, not a trade position, but I will add a trade position. This is one of the coins in which I will add a trade position as well as a hold position, as this thing is potential, has a huge potential. Okay, IMAX. Again, every single coin is doing a retrace and reaccumulation. Okay, but I do like IMAX. Long-term targets for this thing are $1.30, $2.36, and $4.41, and then all-time high. Okay, just plain and simple. Up in the midterm, by the end of year, you're seeing at it. We're looking at IMAX at about 236, which is 187% gain. Okay, and that will be from a nice, beautiful entry of 67 to 70 cents. That will be a beautiful entry. I estimate about 150 to 250%, and that's a golden opportunity. Okay, it's a great long-term project as well. I do see it doing a 10x. And yeah, looking at the Fibonacci's, it does mark at the 618 retracement level. I think that is exactly where this thing is going. But after a small pullback, anything between 65 and 75% and 75 cents is a great entry. Again, all these altcoins are nicely building a range, nicely building an accumulation range for the next leg up. Okay, the IMX is a 10x coin for the next bull cycle. Now I'm going to talk about a trade. Okay, this is not a long-term project. For me, this is a trade. And this is AGLD. Okay, this is nothing but a trade for me. Now I already have a chart sitting here. Okay, I'll show you why I picked it. This is following High Street. Okay, TA wise is following High Street. Now I do believe it's going to range before it decides to break out, so it's not going to give you 100% gain tomorrow. Okay, but I am in this trade because this thing hasn't done anything for over a year. Okay, it simply hasn't done anything. October 21, now we're in 2023, so it's over 1 year. It's just been sitting and doing nothing. Now if this thing decides to break out and it follows High Street, exactly High Street, I mean this thing is, you're looking at it at about 180% gain. Okay, now that's the reason why I picked it. Now risk to reward, it does pay. Okay, it does pay. Now my entry was at 33 cents. Okay, that's where my entry was. So my stop is sitting at about 5-7% right now. Okay, might be up a little bit, but that's where my stop is. Now if I get stopped out, it's not a problem. I will look for another trade on it, but it's definitely a coin that I'm trading. Why? Because it's building a beautiful accumulation structure. Some coins accumulate to the downside, some accumulate to the upside, and some accumulate to the range. Okay, now on this thing, let me just move this for a second. Okay, this has accumulated sideways to down. Alright, sideways to down. Now it is a bit tired on the daily, which is why I think it's going to range. But on the 4-hour time frame, we can see the price action forming a nice little range. Okay, here we go. We draw a box and we leave it like that. Okay, so it's basically the bottom of the range is my entry point at 32 cents. I do see this thing going at 68, maybe more. That's 100% plus. Okay, but again, it's not a hold coin for the next bull cycle. This is just a trade. It can happen tomorrow, it can happen a month from now, but I am expecting 100% out of it, this thing. Okay, so, and this goes out especially for one of the guys who actually asked me in the stream that I could not finish or actually even look at it. Yeah. And yeah, that's your answer, man. That's your answer for AGLD. And I do think it's going to give 100%. It's just going to take some time, that's all. Okay? It's going to take some time. Flow is a top 10 coin. Okay? This, to me, is a top 10 coin. Not top 10 in the market cap rank, but top 10 as in a coin that I can actually see this thing being traded. Okay, now I don't think it personally is ready yet. I would love it if it actually drops back down to about 85. Okay, which is definitely looks like it wants to do because of this indecision candle. Okay, but simply like I said before, and this is the reason why I picked High Street, which gave you guys 250+%, and which by the way is still going. This thing will break out and go huge. Okay, so that's what I saw on High Street, and this is what I'm seeing on Flow. Okay, eventually, yes, it will pull a 317% gain. Okay, see, High Street went to $4. This might even do a, from a secure entry, about 250 to 300% gains. Now Flow is a good project. I have done some research on it and I do like it, so it is a coin that I can see myself trading. Longer term, yes, definitely it's going back all the way up to like $8 to $10. Okay, but I will much rather stick with the medium term, and that is sending it to $3. Okay, now how is this a 10x coin? Well, actually you can make a lot more money on this than just holding it for 2-3 years. Okay, let's say if this trade does pay 260% from the entry. I will keep you guys updated. I will post a nice secure entry when I see it, and when I take the trade personally. I'm not going to release a video like a week later and just ask you guys to buy it when it's already at 40%. Alright, now I will update that I have taken this trade personally, anything between 80 cents and $1, and just wait for 200 to 250% gains. Selling at that point and then buying it back at about $1.30, $1.50 can actually multiply your capital. Okay, and then holding it for long term does make sense. But what I see, I would sell here at 250%. That's actually what I'm going to do, and then build this range. Okay, top of the range, buy it back mid range and low range, and then hold for longer term. So that's how I see flow, and that's why it's a 10x coin for me personally. Okay. Now this LTO is another one of them. I do love LTO as a project. I just have to figure out when it's going to be ready for a trade. Okay. Alright guys, that is it for today. Since I can't stream, I am only keeping you guys updated on the trades. Okay. There will be more coins. There will be price prediction videos in the coming days. So stay tuned for that. And remember, hit the like button, the subscribe button, so you'll be notified when I release new content and when I go live. Okay, and share the videos with your friends and family so many people can be updated as to how technical analysis works and how to study the projects, and they can make their investments. Okay, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, so I don't give any investment recommendations. Simply come to you guys with just educational purpose. Okay, just simply put the information out there. All right. Again, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned, stay safe, and stay blessed.